Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to try and make sense of all the breaking news flying around the NFL.
Yeah, there's always so much.
Right. We've pulled together a bunch of recent headlines, contract stuff, rule changes, team honors, you name it. And the goal is really just to cut through that noise for you.
Exactly. It can feel like a fire hose sometimes, can't it?
Totally.
So we want to sift through it, figure out what's actually significant, and maybe see what it tells us about the league heading into the season. You know, player deals, rule tweaks, all that.
Okay, sounds good. Let's dive right in then. A big one that's been making waves is Kyren Williams, the Rams running back.
Yeah. The contract situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's going into the last year of his rookie deal, and word is he's feeling pretty good about maybe getting an extension done.
That's what's being reported. And I mean, you can see why it's a big topic. He's set for a base salary of what, about $5.3 million in 2025?
Yeah, something like that.
But look at his production the last 2 years. I mean, over 1,100 rushing yards, 26 rushing touchdowns each season.
Incredible consistency.
Right. And when you compare that to what he's actually earned over his first 3 years, like $2.7 million total, it does look, well, small.
Small is one word. I saw one report call it paltry. Given the output, yeah, you get it.
It really throws that whole running back value discussion into sharp focus again, doesn't it?
It really does. Now, there's a little wrinkle here, too, isn't there? Talk about him maybe skipping OTAs, those voluntary workouts.
And maybe even the mandatory minichamp if there's no new deal in place.
Right.
Which, you know, is a pretty standard playbook for contract negotiations. It's how players show they're serious.
Makes sense. He wants to get paid.
Yeah, he said himself, you know, he wants to take care of my family. Totally understandable motivation. But he's also saying he trusts the deal will get done eventually, whether now or after playing out the year.
And this is where things get interesting with the Rams because of their history. That Todd Gurley contract comes up a lot.
Oh, yeah. That looms large.
Someone called it horrifically aging. What do you think they learned from that whole situation?
Well, it's definitely cautionary tale, right? Not just for the Rams, but for the whole league. It showed just how fast a top running back can decline. Maybe because of injuries or just the wear and tear.
Yeah, it's a brutal position.
It is. So the Rams felt that risk firsthand, investing huge money long term. McVay, the coach, he's acknowledged it's tricky financially with Williams, but he also speaks really highly of him. So it's this balance they're trying to find.
A tricky balance, and maybe complicating it further.
Yeah.
They've drafted running backs the last 2 years, haven't they?
They have. Blake Corum this year, 2024, and Jarquez Hunter just last month.
So what does that signal? Does it mean they're maybe less inclined to break the bank for Williams if they have these younger, cheaper options coming up?
It certainly suggests that possibility, gives them options, flexibility. Maybe it shows they're hesitant about another big long-term running back deal when they've got guys on rookie contracts. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much are teams willing to commit to that position now?
It's a huge question. But through all this contract talk, Williams seems, focused. He said his only purpose is to continue to get better. Got to respect that.
Oh, absolutely. Staying focused on playing well is honestly the best leverage he has. Keep putting up numbers and your value just goes up regardless of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Right. Okay, so that's a pretty good look at the Kyren Williams situation. But like we said, the NFL news cycle never stops.
Never does.
Let's shift gears and hit some of the other breaking news floating around.
Yeah, good idea. It's good to see the wider picture, like while Williams is negotiating, other deals are getting done. Look at Fred Warner.
The 49ers linebacker. Huge deal.
Huge. 3 years, $63 million extension. It really shows how teams prioritize, elite defensive players at key spots like linebacker.
Definitely a premium position. Okay, what else? Oh, the Packers and the tush push again?
Yeah. They're not letting that one go. They put in another proposal to ban it right before the spring league meeting.
For anyone living under a rock, that's the play where they shove the QB forward on short yardage.
It's become almost automatic for some teams, like the Eagles. But yeah, it's controversial. Safety concerns, competitiveness concerns.
So the Packers trying again suggests the debate isn't over.
Not at all.
Yeah.
It'll be really interesting to see if this revised idea gets any more support this time around, banning a play that effective. That'd be a big change.
Definitely. Okay, moving away from rules, more 49ers news celebrating their history this time. Brent Jones going into their Hall of Fame.
Yeah, great choice. Tight end, 3 Super Bowl wins, 4 Pro Bowls. Absolutely deserves it.
It's cool when teams do that right. Recognize the guys who built the franchise.
Totally. Connects the past and present. Important stuff for the fans, for the organization's identity.
Speaking of organizations, the Eagles locked up their coach, Nick Sirianni. Multi-year extension.
Makes sense. After getting to the Super Bowl, you want that stability. Shows they believe he's the guy to keep them competing at that level.
Right. Keep that momentum going. Okay. Player moves. Derrick Henry. Now with the Ravens, he got a new deal too.
Yep. 2 years, $30 million extension. And he's 31 now, but he's basically saying age is just a number. He's focused on performing.
Gotta love that fire.
And it's interesting, right? Teams might shy away from huge, long deals for older backs, but there's still value seen in proven veterans on shorter contracts, like Henry.
Good point. Another team honors Simeon Rice, going into the Buccaneers Ring of Honor.
Another great one. Defensive end, Super Bowl champ with them, couple of Pro Bowls. Huge part of that dominant Bucs defense.
Yeah, definitely left his mark. Just like the Niners honoring Jones, it's about celebrating those key figures.
Exactly. Preserving that history.
Okay, let's rattle off a few other quick hits we saw. Steelers rookie RB, Caleb Johnson, talking about his versatility, comparing himself to Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook already.
Wow, okay. Confidence isn't lacking there.
Not at all.
No.
Trevor Lawrence seems impressed with his rookie, Travis Hunter, called him explosive.
Always interesting to hear QBs talk about new weapons.
Browns QB Shutter Sanders signed his rookie deal. Jets Will McDonald IV is changing his jersey number. Anything exciting there?
Huh. Maybe just for him. But it's all part of the offseason churn.
True. The Saints apparently said they're not looking for a veteran QB right now, sticking with who they have.
Interesting signal about their confidence level, or maybe just their strategy for now.
And Eric Armstead, who's with the Jags now, he's got a new show on NFL Network, Player's Choice, giving players a platform.
Yeah, could be interesting. More player-driven content is usually a good thing.
So we've covered a lot of ground here. Looking back at all this news, contracts, rules, honors, rookies, what are the main themes you're seeing bubble up?
Well, a few things stand out, I think. Obviously, player contracts are huge, especially how teams value different positions, like running back versus linebacker. You see that with Williams and Warner. That's an ongoing tension.
Right.
Then there's the rules debate, the tush-push being the prime example. Player safety versus strategy, that's always simmering. And you've got teams actively celebrating their history, honoring legends, which is important for culture. Plus, all those little glimpses into team building, rookie impressions, QB decisions, draft strategies, it all paints a picture.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of fascinating how these bits and pieces, these headlines, they all connect somehow. They give you a feel for where things are heading as we get closer to the season.
Absolutely. None of this happens in a vacuum. Every contract negotiation, every potential rule change, it reflects the league's dynamics, the competition, the money, the strategy, trying to balance it all.
So final thought then, maybe for you listening, looking at everything we've just talked about, Kyren Williams deal, the tush push, Fred Warner's extension, all the other moves and honors, what single thing do you think might end up having the biggest impact, the biggest ripple effect on this upcoming NFL season?
Good question to ponder.
Yeah, something to chew on. It's all connected, and we'll definitely see how this breaking news plays out on the field soon enough. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.